Welcome to this, my third stage. Today I'm visiting Sand Bay, which is immediately to the north of Weston-super-Mare. Yet again I'm starting at dawn. Today's walk starts at the south end of the bay and alongside the village of Cewstoke. I had originally intended to walk to the end of Sand Point, but my research indicates that the Middle Hope Bay would be of more interest. Having parked, I immediately fly the drone. As I pan around, the islands of Flatholme and Steepholme come into view. Burnbeck Pier is also visible. The height is similar to these woods of Wilbury Hill. These houses on Wilbury must have the most amazing views. The large building is the Signet Hospital, Cewstoke. Set in 16 acres of grounds, it provides mental health care, having 58 inpatient beds. It was originally built in 1931 as the Birmingham Hospital Convalescent Home for Women. Looking to the north, the beach leads to Sand Point. Low tide was about an hour ago, revealing an extensive area of sand and mud. As I start out, I first encounter the Commodore pub. I have fond memories of folk nights here in the early 70s, thus rather dating me. Stretching ahead is the seawall required to protect the residents from flooding. Poignantly, many benches have been provided, each bearing plaques dedicated to the memory of departed family members. And not all were locals, some came from much further afield. Pontins opened in 1947 with 300 chalets at its peak. It was sold in 1999 to the Holy Bush Hotel Group, later to be rebranded as Martin Leisure Breaks, who subsequently went into administration in 2013. The following year, the park was reopened by Pontins. At the moment, it is sadly closed due to the COVID pandemic. At the end of Beach Road, I arrive at the bottom of a flight of steps, which will take me up onto Sand Point. The area is now administered and maintained by the National Trust. My exertions are rewarded with a bench to sit on and a panoramic view to the south. The village of Cewstoke is only just above sea level and thus has been susceptible to flooding. In December 1981, a major storm breached the old seawall in a number of places, resulting in widespread flooding. A project referred to as beach nourishment was carried out in 1983 and 84. Over 600,000 tonnes of sand were dredged from the estuary and pumped onto the beach. Since then, wind action has resulted in the formation of dunes as seen today. Just a little further on is this trig point. Installed by the Ordnance Survey, there are over 6,000 throughout the UK acting as fixed points from which to enable surveying. Continuing eastbound, I arrive at Middle Hope Bay. I again flew the drone, but the video I took was sadly defective. Fortunately, I also took a couple of stills. Just like Brean Down, Sand Point and Middle Hope were used during the Second War to develop various weapons. Further on is St Thomas's Head, and was used as a bombing range and for the testing and later disposal of bombs. In 2014, a 14-year-old boy, whilst fishing from the beach, found an unexploded World War II bomb. Just visible up the estuary are the two Severn crossing bridges. This stock photo shows the nearby Augustinian Woodspring Priory, which was founded in the year 1230 by William de Courtenay. The priory was not actually completed until the 15th century, and was thus immediately subject to the dissolution of the monasteries. Returning from Sandpoint, I see this pillbox, believed to be a Type 24, which is one of 3 which have survived on this bay. Each was camouflaged to look like a holiday chalet, with painted stonework and windows and a tiled roof. Almost back at my car, I'm greeted with this view back down the coast with the rising sun now illuminating Burnbeck Pier. Some of the equipment used to dredge sand onto the beach here at Sand Bay broke free and drifted into the pier, causing significant damage. Today's trip has added 4.6 miles towards my marathon. I'm now halfway, both in terms of stages and of miles. If you would like to sponsor me, you will find a link in the notes below. Very many thanks for watching.